1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the first edition of the Series Insider. I'm your host, Jay Beaman. On May 31st, the Pro Wrestling Championship Series presents its debut event, Stage 1, at the Tri-City YMCA in Granite City, Illinois. So you might be wondering, how does this series work? It started with PWCS management inviting many of the top wrestling personalities in the St. Louis metropolitan area to try out for the league. 4 of those invitees were hand-selected to be team captains. They are Pierre Abernathy, Stephen Kennedy, Greg Jovi, and Makazi. Each captain then fleshed out their roster by signing 2 to 4 additional wrestlers. Then PWCS matchmakers booked the Stage 1 card. With the exception of free agent showcases, all matches count towards their team's overall record. Should Gary J defeat Stephen Kennedy, the Ego Busters would move to 1-0, for example. The Resurgence would fall to 0-1. After 3 events, the 2 teams with the best win-loss records advanced to our Championship Spectacular, a 4-on-4 elimination tag team bout, with the winners being named the 2014 PWCS champions. One of our initial invitees was so excited to sign on the dotted line, he actually offered up some of his own money and became a minority shareholder. Reporter Nathan Elliott sits down with Ego Busters general manager Greg Jovi.
All right, we're here with Greg Jovi. I've been talking to you for a little bit. You're obviously very excited about May 31st. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Of course we're excited about May 31st. I mean, we're bringing pro wrestling back to Granite City, Illinois. I got a huge team, huge lineup coming in here. I'm a minority investor in this concept. I love it because I think I'm the only one that's got a true vision for what's going on. I got a championship quality team, and we're going to come in and show exactly why we are just that on May 31st here in Granite City, Illinois.
You're obviously pretty confident. What makes you think you have the most talented team?
See, that's where you're wrong right there. It's not about being talented. Everybody's talented. Have you seen these rosters? I mean, you got Danny Cannon, you got world travel people that work for Chikara, IWA Mid-South. It's not about talent, it's about roster construction. See, that's what I think everybody else went out and did. They went out and they said, how can I make a great wrestling stable? How can I make the next great wrestling faction? I said, how can I go out and make the first great PWCS franchise? I went out and got franchise players and signed them to contracts. I don't think anybody else is doing that. I think everybody else is doing those good old boy handshake deals. That's not how we're doing it over here at the Ego Busters. I got Gary J, I got Dan Walsh, I got Jordan Lacey storming in here on the 31st, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm already in contact with other people that are going to be coming in down the line to my team. So that's where I think I'm the only person that's got a real true vision of where PWCS is heading and how it's what it's going to take to be a championship team, not only this year in 2014, but every year for the next 5 years. That's exactly what I want to do. I don't think anybody else is doing that. They're all short term, I'm long term. They're old school pro wrestling, I'm brand new businessman looking straight forward at the future. You guys understand that? Because on May 31st, I'm going to come in and show each and every one of you why I am the general manager in PWCS. I am the head coach in PWCS. I'm the best team constructor that there is. Nobody else has that. They're all going to be in the ring. They're all going to be doing their thing, worrying about their match. I'm on the outside. I'm making the business deals. You understand that? See, the NFL, they have Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. In the Major League Baseball, they have the Steinbrenners and the Yankees. PWCS has the Ego Busters and Greg Jovi.
Greg Jovi sees himself as the George Steinbrenner of PWCS. Maybe he's onto something. We've seen tag teams, trios, even massive stables, but we've never seen a professional wrestling franchise. It's a concept so refreshing, it brought one man back from the brink of retirement.
I don't expect to come out to a shower of cheers that day. It's going to be tough.
Stephen Kennedy got into wrestling for all the wrong reasons. Alongside Casey Carrington, Kennedy built his reputation on cheating, running away, and being a jerk. The Ego Express was talented, no doubt, and they earned multiple tag title reigns. But as their success grew, Kennedy struggled with his inner truth.
I've been trying to get people to hate me, and I'm doing all these things wrong, counter to how I would raise my children. That's not who I am. This is who I am. and this is what you should strive to be too.
With the Kennedy clan growing at home, Stephen changed his priorities and put the bumps and bruises of a 12-year career behind him.
Injuries, burnout. Do anything for 12 years, you're going to get burnt out on it.
After nearly a year away from the musty gyms and sweaty locker rooms, Kennedy's name resurfaced on a talent list compiled by PWCS management. They offered him a role as a team captain and the opportunity at redemption. Kennedy accepted, and his first phone call did not go to his former partner, Casey Carrington. It went to Billy McNeil.
I'm really happy to have Billy on my squad. He and I have been great rivals for a number of years. There's always been a good mutual respect there. We've had some great bouts. It's just going to be real interesting having him on my side for once.
As Kennedy leads the resurgence into Stage 1, he hopes to not only win, but earn back the fans' respect.
Hopefully, by the end of the night, I'll have a couple of people hanging out and wanting to slap hands and do the things that wrestling fans do, so it should be fun.
The full-length Stephen Kennedy interview will be on our YouTube channel later this week. Fans, we have a developing situation. 3 hours before the planned launch of this show, we learned that Danny Cannon will be out of the Stage 1 event on May 31st. Team Anarchy captain Pierre Abernathy said he'll comment on the situation later, but did boast that he has the deepest roster of any team in PWCS. And he's backed that claim up. He assigned the Rebel, Jeremy Wyatt, to fulfill Danny Cannon's position on the card, taking on the Blacklist captain, Makazi, in the evening's main event. River's Edge Bar & Grill presents PWCS Stage 1, 7 p.m. on May 31st at the Tri-City YMCA in Granite City, Illinois. Doors open at 6:30. Tickets are $12 the night of the event, but you can reserve yours now for only $10 on Facebook or by email. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on May 31st at Stage 1.